Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. Oh my gosh, my camera is not working again. I have to deactivate and activate it. I just need a new camera. I need to get that. Okay. So, fix my headphones here are being weird. There we go. Okay. So yesterday we had a pretty choppy day. But there was some movement, quite a bit of movement. We had this big move up. And this turned out to be some action in equities. Equities just really got attacked yesterday, so I should bring this chart over. Really. This one. So here we are in ZN. We had this move up and back. And now we're higher. My ZN chart is actually screwed up, but I digress. So we've had this move up, right? So there's the equities move, this move up in treasuries. Here's the move in equities, boom, and now we're basically back to balance. We're in a pre-balanced area. They are kind of testing lower a bit, but I think that might hold. Especially since we have the ADP number today. So, oops, while I was talking, there was the open, and it was mixed. Okay, so we might be just stuck here around 25 until the news. And as always, we're really paying attention to that inflation number if personal income goes up. Anything more than 0.2 is significant, so yeah, we're just gonna watch it through Twitter this time. And yeah, and then we also need to look at Bitcoin here. So Bitcoin has been in a power struggle. So we had this move, and now they seem to be balancing out around 700. There's a possibility that they go up to get 1,000 or 10,000, but this thing is overbought quite significantly. In fact, need to do our chart. Have we done our chart? I don't recall. Generate. Shoot. What does our numbers tell us? 144. So it actually has gone up. So with the new number, $3.6 our velocity. That gives us a 95.40. It measured this at 92.21. So what is our price right now? 97.26. So today's real number is 152.9. Well, that's no good, guys. I'm warning, I'm telling you, Bitcoin, in my opinion, is dramatically overvalued. And there's going to be a sell-off. I suspect, by the way, for you guys in Bitcoin, I suspect that late this afternoon we will see a sell-off similar to what we had last Friday. So watch out. There's basically a bunch of longs that are going to close their positions for the weekend. Verge Zek. Okay. Oh, we're moving up and maybe testing the highs here. I am quite, oh, well, there's the pull. Very early pull. So they're definitely anticipating this thing. Okay. Last chance for nervous P, everybody. Okay. This one's going to be a doozy for sure, guys. Harmonic. There we go. Okay, so there's that and that. Good morning, everybody. Few Twitch viewers. A little lighter today there. Okay. And this, we don't need this.
Trade the Traders said shows the top contracts in terms of average daily volume and open interest for interest rates, equities, energy, foreign exchange, FX, agricultural commodities, and metals.
So we really need to see the number. What is the expected number? Is 190 and 4%. And then, of course, the 0.2 for average hourly earnings. 190 and 4%. Okay. I'm not quite sure which way it's going to go. I think that there is more reward to the downside. Get it? Okay, so there they bought. So
Trade the Traders said 10-year Treasury note, E-mini S&P 500, crude oil, WTI, EUR/USD, corn, gold. IQ said money mouth face.
okay, so the number was 190 and the average hourly earnings was 0.1. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me, right? Huh.
IQ said new weekly high made yummy.
Yep. Please, please don't stop me out, sir, please. Gartman stopped out of 10 years short, I bet. Shoot. Okay, so we're testing back down. Okay, there's the iceberg. I'm just gonna put L there for liquidity. Okay, they're hitting the 27. If we get back to 26, I just automatically want it there. Okay, here, this one they're hitting 2. Iceberg again.
Trade the Traders said crazy open +6. IQ said now where we buy the pool back ZB?
I would buy. I think the pullback. Okay. That was it. We missed it. Crap. It's so fast, guys. Okay. Well, seeing the liquidity, watching it go through and waiting for it to show signs of stopping and then going really worked out that time. So for those of you that missed it, we've been having a discussion about maybe I'm looking for the wrong signal. At least on that trade, it definitely helped. So obviously would have preferred that my first long would have held, but
Jack said good trade, Seth.
we've already...
IQ said there's 5 ticks for you, Seth ZB.
No, it already come back. Wow. So I'm noticing that in the 5-year, there is some selling coming in here. Like overall net, the cumulative delta is down. So this could be some significant spreading coming in. What am I seeing in my... why don't I have my spread charts on here all of a sudden? I didn't get rid of those. I have to look at that later. Okay, there you go. So now the question is, where do we take it off? So I think at plus 8, we're definitely going to have to watch here. We need to look for signs of liquidity coming in. So there's some right there. Okay. And they're hitting the 300, pretty good too. Okay. There's liquidity here as well. Okay.
Jack said nice spoof at 0-1 smiling face with open mouth.
0-1.
Jack said bids 1,000, changes mind about 3 seconds later.
Okay, so now you're seeing buying coming into ZF. You see that big at 22 right here. Big order. Okay, it wasn't there, that test of it, so I think we could continue going. Pause, a strong tick up. Yeah, we could break a new high. You know, this is going to be interesting because we've been in an uptrend for a bit now. And this news really confirms that, and I think that could mean that we could really extend on this move up. Man, I'm having trouble with my throat today for sure, aren't we? So how far back do we go now? We're at, well, we get into the 120s pretty quickly here, like 120.25 in fact. We may need to pause up here to let the instruments line up correctly to break the highs. Okay, so that was a strong tick down, but they're not hitting the 29.5, even though it's weak. Well, there's some took it actually. Okay. Okay, pushed through some liquidity there. They're hitting it. Yeah. So they'll probably continue through that one. Okay. There continues to be strong liquidity at 30. And they're breaking through it. Oh, come on. No. That's a lower. Now you can start seeing people buying into 30.5. Should, yep. Probably gonna get some big ones there too, and probably here in the 5-year, because that's been where they've been iceberging. So we came up to that number. We pulled back. We came up to it again and went through it. At that time they went through it in the 5-year. Didn't have as much trouble. Oh, came back. Strong bid. So the buyers are trying to push it. And getting a little bit of a fight, but they could still pull it through. Let's see. Yeah. You might have to go back and forth here a little bit. Yeah, okay, so the buyer is insistent. We'll set it right here. The buyer is insistent, but it's the 5-year that's driving this. We see another spike up in ZF in the 5-year. Okay, so here they're doing it again. All right, 2 ticks up in ZF now. So I think ZB, you know, ZN's gonna have to, the 10's gonna have to step up now.
IQ set upside TGT 144 to 18 area ZB.
Well, now that we're at the high, my voice is really bad today. Wow. I don't feel sick or anything. Now that we're at the height, so I put that one in at plus 16, but doesn't seem to match up with the targets, does it? This would be a good time to check and see if John Bottom
Trade the
sent
trader
out an
said,
email.
Seth, why do not you go out? What does not want long, that's short. Shit on hope.
Okay, so while my sentiment just changed for sure. Okay. Kind of split my attention for just a moment, and okay, here it is in John Bottomley. He doesn't list it. Okay, so they haven't broken the high of the day yet. I think what we should do is put this here. Okay. So we weren't paying attention and we
IQ
lost
said
a
okay
little
hand
bit.
sign.
Yeah, probably should have put that the one at 31 a target there much earlier, and I probably could have gotten it and then waited to see what happens.
Trade the traders said, Seth, you've given away 50% of your profit.
So we get out when there's a signal, dude. The signal came through. It just happened to come through like right as you said that. And then it was slow.
Jack said, consider evolving R. Trade the traders said, Seth, signal.
I don't see the 300. What I was looking for was just the sign that um they had exhausted themselves up here. And I didn't really see it, and then we were down here to the 30, and I should have been clicking out here for sure. Okay, so here is your liquidity.
Jack said TTT is short with the seller that sold everything on the bid at 305.
Hmm.
Jack said that is when the temperament of the market seemed to change, re-breaking highs.
Yeah, well, it really looked like the thing that I thought was weird was that I felt really confident that they were going to break the highs. So it wasn't even on my mind. That's why I was like, took my eye off of the Dom for a little bit to kind of see where like a reasonable target would be. And
Jack said, but normally you'd be good for the break on NFP.
oh yeah, totally. And then when I looked back, they're already back down. But just seeing this kind of seeing the liquidity here, so I want to see them try and push through it, of course. But it's only been 37 so far, so I might just buy it here.
Trade the traders said out +4.
Okay. That was probably a bogus fill. I would prefer to see 8 there. Okay, so this price is flat. Something I think significant here is that the volume may come down that much, and you're seeing a lot of like stacking and pulling and stuff. So it's like the liquidity is what's bumping it around, not the volume. Okay. Okay, so that was probably another good signal there is a they tried to step up with a big order and it pulled, and hardly anybody bought into 28. Still nobody. ZF iceberging though. Okay. Well, that was pretty significant initiation right there. Almost 5,000 contracts that they bought all at once. They didn't actually take any big orders. It was all little orders. I mean, maybe it was split up, but wow. Gotta get all this gunk out of my throat. The disease is progressing, guys. I don't know if I have much time left. Well, geez. Alright, well, they absorbed a decent amount when they moved down, but I don't know. There's not much interest in pushing at 28, and there's not much interest in pushing at 29. So we're basically here at what could be a bottom. Well, not a bottom, a pivot. And we appear to be stuck in a range because of lack of interest in taking it either way. Okay, so maybe some more positive action happening here in ZF now.
Jack said we've slowed right down. Trade the traders, said Seth. Why do you hold this trade? Over 9k would be traded 0.285 and nothing on the 0.290.
Yeah, but nothing get traded at 28.0 either. Now they've pushed it. So I think that my edge kind of just broke. Should I just click out at 27.5?
Jack said, I am guessing TTT is saying there was a large buyer but no one else was buying. Trade the traders, said Seth. Well then, many lucky.
Okay, well that's not good. Hmm. So now we gotta get out. Yeah.
Jack said NFP whipsaw.
So now they're fighting it at 27. I find that awfully curious.
Tucker said spread trade today, Seth. Jack said I can't see anybody doing much here.
Maybe something happened. So I think when I was messing with this thing, you can see this is ranges. So 80% of your range in 30 minutes is below 8. I could just close this chart completely. It messed with my spread. It's steepening.
IQ said S at 28 ZB. IQ said I.imager.com. Trade the traders said.
And the traders is pointing out that we're in a low volume area.
Jack said aha, thanks TTT.
I don't know if any of that volume below us necessarily matters though, because that all happened before the news. We're at the news price. Okay. Well, they're definitely trying range extension lower. ZF just went and touched like it's low. This is awfully confusing action, given the given how bad the news actually was. So you know, obviously somebody big getting stopped out up here for sure. But why the sellers coming in the way that they are?
Jack said disregard the perception and just trade the flow.
Well, and I don't even know if the flow. Yeah, the other thing that I'm finding is that these prints don't seem to matter at the moment. You know what I mean? It's stacking and pulling is what's moving it. See? And the volume just comes through all at once.
Trade the traders said at all you have to learn to understand the markets and not just the fucking and split profile. Sorry, that only annoys me. The simple things will be overlooked. Outing face.
Okay, that comment makes no sense, TTT. Because you didn't explain anything. Well, they are now below the news price.
Jack said it's typical NFP action.
Hmm. I'm just gonna let it go for a bit. Here, I really want to get this. Spread thing back on. Okay, well, finally getting a buyer step up down here.
IQ said Santa Claus, you have to learn to understand the market's nothing fucking weirded, price action. Sup and dem someone wants to eat, and is eating.
Well, I'm surprised that this is still the liquidity at 26.
IQ said back to open ZB26.
Hmm. Hmm.
Tucker said, so Seth, what kind of price action are you visualizing here?
Well, so what I saw was um, we came down basically below the VWAP. I've started to see some signs that somebody's trying to buy. And then we pivoted down here. We'll come back up. And just now that tick that happened just kind of seems like randomness to me. So it's like uh, it's like maybe we did see something, but now they're not ready to actually act on whatever it was that we saw. So we were again early. I also think that the book looks really thick on both sides.
IQ said, so my is who is eating ZB now like Pac-Man, LOL. If this pattern holds, buyers will be in control. IQ said I.imager.com.
I mean, I'm really not sure here if I should just be clicking out or what. I don't think it's going to go through that at the moment. Okay, well, that was a good tick up. So maybe now, maybe that was a better entry. Maybe now you can click into 26. Now the level 2 is just kind of like random, equal, switching back and forth at random. One of the things that is still puzzling to me, and we really have to go back and watch. When we were up there at the high, I did not see signs of exhaustion. That was something that was ready to go, you know? It's kind of weird. It's like, I want to say it was ready to go right here, and then tick down, 2 ticks down, and then all of a sudden this selling came in, and it's just kept going.
Block by.
What? Did so there was a block by there, and the level 2 did not change. I don't really see anything. Well, oh, you know what? One thing I'm noticing is I'll post it in here. It's the currency correlation. And the 6E did it too. Okay, so why would dollar weakness be coming in?
Jack said the amigos are enough for me on NFP, smiling face with open mouth. Tucker said Seth. Too many correlations. Trade your makered.
Well, but my market's not in itself.
IQ said your trade is looking good now on my screen, LOL.
It's still just +1. And liquidity. Look.
IQ said looks like Amigo stopped going down.
Okay. Nobody's buying 27. There it is. Dollar spikes, VIX crashes after payrolls disappointment.
IQ said I.imager.com.
Oh, SVN, you gotta wake up early for non-farms, dude. Okay, well, the trade is looking a lot better now. And they take it down again. Okay, something may just happen there because the level 2's kind of changed. See that? The level 2 in the 5 years going wild there on that offer. Huh.
Tucker said, Seth, you've been in this for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, we have. But I'm not going to take it off until I see a signal that they're done trying to push up. I mean, a full swing can be a good 30 minutes, and sometimes we can sit somewhere at a level for 30 minutes. So I don't think that it's a bad thing to be in a trade for 30 minutes in ZN. Hmm. Okay. So ZF is looking like it's starting to go. They're at the top of their range now. So O2 is the top. O5 would be breakout. You can see in the cumulative delta it's starting to pick up and go. Hmm. Okay, so somebody just got stopped out there. See the 500 that went directly into 27.5, but probably a robot that was playing that back and forth there that gave up. So you know what else? There was a big order up there at 24 in ZF. Okay. So my reading of that was that sellers did
Hawking
come
said
in.
not robot but heavy central bank in this market.
That sellers came in, and when they got it to 26.5, then the buyer started fighting back again and was able to hold it. Like this pattern in ZF, I've never seen anything that looks even remotely close to that. Let's see, what do you guys think? Well, now this is getting kind of weird because the things that told me that maybe we were done down there, and I wish that we would have taken it earlier, but you know, it happens. There's a decent amount of volume that traded there at 25, so it was hard to say what it was really doing, right? So then it came up to, we took it. What I'm seeing right now just looks random to me. So it's like the buy signal was strong. Do we get out here because of what we're seeing, even though it seems like it's much weaker, if actually a signal? Does this perhaps mean that traders got what they wanted and have gone home?
Jack said we'll normally get another decent move. Tucker said it's just in a range.
Oh, well, right now it's just in range. I'm just talking about going up to this.
Tucker said no spooky scary skeletons about it.
This right here is weird. I can't explain that.
Tucker said not really. News popped higher, so longs got out and shorts piled on to drive it lower.
Yeah. But if that's really what happened, don't you think that when we get back to the news price that the shorts would take it off?
Jack said squeeze the shorts, squeeze the longs, now.
Well, I'm gonna break a new pivot low.
Trade the Traders said Santa Claus is going to buy presents and have dinner with the Princess EU.
Hmm.
IQ said OK hand sign 100 double underlined.
So now it's like, here 25, 862 that sold it down. And there's a big old, it was a strong downtick. Just kind of came down.
Dave said man, tough reads for me today.
So it's not even tough reads, the reads just aren't working, dude.
Dave said I missed the open, and it was a grind after that.
Yeah. Okay, well that was a strong uptick. Look at that. See? Strong uptick again. It doesn't go.
Trade the traders said out +4. I'm done for today. At all, have a nice weekend.
Okay, so that time they ticked up, but they struggled to put up a strong bid, but they do have one. Okay, that's certainly more positive. Oh, now the level 2's messing with us
Trade
again,
the
and they took
traders
it down.
said ZN pre and open market profile. What you see? Buy.
I don't see anything.
Trade the traders said ZN cash time. Jack said it's not. I'm finding them useful.
I don't see anything useful in what he just posted there. It's like a volume profile. Okay, cool. What is it that you think you see?
Tucker said so. Seth, you aren't stuck in this position.
No,
You can hit out whenever you want. You don't have to take -4.
I don't feel trapped right now, though. You know what I mean? I feel like I could get out at 25.5 actually if I wanted to. So this isn't that situation we were talking about. This is more like I'm super stubborn and I think that the trade is still intact. So if I do get stopped out, I'm just dead wrong. And it may just take stopping me out to prove it to me. Well, that is certainly more positive right there.
Jack said, I think he's saying we've retraced to the business zone pre-open. Trade the traders said at Seth other time frame player, seller, are in control at the moment.
Okay, so you see what just happened there, guys? So he posted a bunch of charts. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? What are you trying to say? So you guys all said, well, I think that he's trying to say this and he's trying to say this. And then he came in and he said something completely different from anything that any of you were thinking or saying. Am I wrong? Is that not what just happened? Other time frame player, a seller, is in control at the moment. Okay, so that might be true, but it doesn't answer the question.
IQ said LOL.
It doesn't answer the question, does it? Why? Why is an other time frame
Jack
seller?
said, ha, I did LOL at that.
How is the other time frame seller? Why is he coming in and selling? You just had the worst jobs report in months. In months, something that completely flips around the direction of treasuries, probably until the end of the summer, and other time frame seller decides to come in. How in the world does that make sense to anybody? Explain this to me. Because I have yet to see an explanation for today's market movement that makes any sense. And frankly, when he posts that, I'm starting to feel like he's full of shit. So there they ticked it down again. When it was breaking out, they actually touched 26 and then they pushed it back into the range.
Jack said yeah, but he's also posting his trades and they're working.
No, he's not. He posted it after it worked, quote unquote. If he came in and he said, okay, the moment that he did this, I went long at this number,
IQ said,
then that would be something different, right? Oh, you posted your whole... Yeah, press Alt print screen to just get the window that you want.
Jack said the last trade he showed he was expecting the market to auction to the LVN in his pick.
The last one that he posted?
Jack said which is where he had his take profit limit bid sitting.
No. Are you talking about this one?
Jack said at 9.43 m.
43. Okay, so here, this one, 43. He's posting it after the fact, guys. Like, he literally put that right when it was basically done.
Jack said yeah, the See You Santa one.
Yeah, so he did not post that when he entered it. Oh, here, it's maybe it will stop me out now. Saying he did not post that when he entered it. So the thing that I find really interesting about the action around here is that when we tick up, we get strong ticks. So I'm not trying to dog on
Jack
him.
said look at 9.04 m.
Just to be clear, okay, because he has posted interesting things and stuff, but he has not proven that
Jack
he's actually
said he's
taking
saying he
both.
expects the market to auction through the LVN.
He doesn't actually post when he enters.
Jack said, or at least, that's my interpretation.
He doesn't post when he enters, and he has not shown us that it's a live account. Those are facts. Okay? That's all I'm pointing out.
Jack said it's like anything else in trading, you take it for what it is, you make your own assessment.
Part of the, so can I tell you part of the reason why I feel the way that I do is that every time that I've been like I'm going to take a position here, I think that there's a trade here.
Hockney said pull this bid and reload at 240-245.
And he actually says something that is like her prediction, like it's not going to do what you think it is, sort of a thing. And he was so dead wrong. Okay, like you couldn't be more wrong about something. It was so bad. Like that was a day where I caught a 24 tick winner. Okay?
Jack said I think that was just coincidence.
And you'll notice that when he perks up, it's like it's usually specifically against whatever it is that I'm doing or thinking at the time. generally speaking. So it's like there's that, and then I just see a lot of after the fact kind of stuff, where it's like you say that you're in a trade now, but you didn't actually say when you got in it. So here's what you do is you say, okay, well, here's some action, and I really wish that I had gotten in 2 ticks earlier. So then you just go back in and make it look like you got in 2 ticks earlier. And now you know where it's going to go. But you didn't actually see that signal. And you couldn't actually teach any of us
Jack
to be able
maybe,
to see where that entry is.
I'm pretty sure he's not just here to troll you.
Yeah, maybe. So all I'm saying is if he wants to be useful, he should post when he enters and why. Just posting a chart and being like, well guys, if you're smart enough to figure out my strategy, then you will be able to see in this chart exactly that this was destined to happen, is not helpful to anybody. Especially when you're all like, oh, I think I understand what he's saying, and then he said
Jack
something
said
completely
not much
different.
To figure out with the profile.
I do think that when we came down to
Jack said HVN, LVN, etc.
The thing that I find funny about the profile, like you're talking about high value node versus low value node. So we have a node here around 300 with an edge. Well, it was at 29. All this volume there at 28 halves was not there back when we were at that price game. So you have a distribution like that, and you get to the bottom of it. What do you think is going to happen? We're going to stop there and go to the other side of the profile. So how would you know that it's going to drop through it? And then at 28 half, there was a there was a distribution there at that point. So I'm still not quite sure what to make of that one. Okay. And then we came back down
Jack
to
said,
the
well,
volume price. Yeah. Okay, so now this is where it gets interesting again. Is here's the volume price, and here you would think that there would be support, and somebody continues to try and sell it. So everything that we're seeing here is, in my opinion, odd behavior. This is, especially after as bad of a number as non-farms was, this is weird behavior. Okay, and then we had just now, as I was talking there, a pretty strong buy that moved us up several ticks, and look, they are still preventing it from being able to hold a bid at 25. May have actually been a news event there off of that one. Oof. Oh, I don't see anything on the wire.
Repco said, I am trying to bid bonds LOL.
So Repco at least seems to feel the same way I do about the direction.
Repco said, I think it's likely to range till close and weekend. IQ said in ZB pick there's sub and tails, meaning get there then reverse. Repco said trading light, didn't want to go offside on the last day and that ruins the weekend.
Well, the level 2 is now has kind of picked up a little bit again.
Jack said buyers had the opportunity to take the market higher and they didn't. We created a volume distribution at highs, and as sellers came in hard at highs and buyers exhausted themselves, we slowly. IQ said trading off the edge.
We slowly made our way down to the bottom of the distribution. Buyers were leaning on that level, hoping it helped. It didn't. We had to break and it traded lower. Well, so I agree with that second part. Buyers were leaning on that price at 29 and it broke. But I don't agree with the buyers had the opportunity to take the market higher and they didn't. They were setting up for it and something else came in and took it away from them. So that's where I'm kind of perplexed that it's like, okay, you're sitting there at 31.
Jack said, yeah, sellers came in.
You're sitting there at 31 and 31.5K. We're trading 5K lots everywhere. Somebody sells 700 lots, and then that's like, oh, there's too many sellers, guys, that we have to bail. That's weird to me. Especially when you get into like, okay, there was all of this absorption here at 30.5, you know? And that didn't hold. Oh, there, they finally took the stop. And then, look at these, 8, 6, 8. Okay, then to the distribution zone. That wasn't sellers. They pulled the bids. Now this is sellers. Because somebody just bought big and they creamed him. Well, now you're at a low volume node, so does that mean, if we're going to use that edge again, does that mean that we have to go to 222? How does that work? '22 is the business zone. The E-mini is moving up.
Jack said we could hold here or push back through the vol dist back to 280.
Well, that whole time I was holding that because that's where I thought it was going to go. Mm-mm-mm. So yeah, that one's with that stop, that's 3 losers. So that's where we stop usually. So now that we are giving up on trading today, they can actually buy and take it up, and it'll do everything that I thought it was going to do before. That would be typically how it works. 6. I guess technically we haven't actually. I don't know. Is it now at 10K at 23 half? I think that a buy at 23 half doesn't look too bad, does it? If we had been paying attention earlier, maybe there would have been an opportunity to pull out a ticket 23 half and 24. We're not too far off of lows, but there's so much absorption it takes seller determination to get there. I think, we come down here to this 26 area where I bought, and we gotta watch here because maybe there's a buy here. Anyways, I was seeing it where it was like it would tick up strong, and then you cut it down, and it tick up strong, and it cut it down. And remember, I told Tucker with like, well, I don't feel trapped. I feel like I could get out at 25 half if I needed to, or wherever. But I just feel like I'm right. That was definitely like I was ignoring the short-term price movement because the short-term price movement was saying that the seller was not going to let this go. So the right call in that instance is to take it off and just wait. So now this would be the spot where we can try and get in. Okay. Well, already when we take that and they're already doing things that are making me thinking of getting out. Okay. Yeah, there's some support here for sure. Yeah. A good point. The 30-year is really just kind of skidding along the bottom here. Uptick. It was kind of a quick uptick and kind of interesting, but it didn't have a strong bid behind it. Okay, well, that one's a little better. Yep, they just took it. Well, so yeah, I had the bad one, checker. Yeah, I'll just type it. See, that's not the way that this should be behaving. Now a 5K at 23. Nope. It's gonna go. Somebody is selling it. Nope, it's not bouncing. Hmm. Oh, so somebody asked about 30 minutes ago, you know, what books? NoBSDaytrading.com is the place that I would recommend to learn this kind of reading, but obviously I'm not trading well right now, and nobody should listen to what I'm saying. Can we just we make that clear, right? Hmm. Well, he's buying. Oh, 1/2. Oh, wait, he's buying the knob spread. Let's see. That'll be interesting because I haven't seen it actually moving. Well, do we have to know why? Just follow the volume. Hmm. Well, yeah, someone was just mentioning to me in another conversation that, you know, there's the Chinese trade war thing seems to be capping markets right now. Definitely true in the E-mini. I'm not sure why it would cap the treasuries, but it could be a factor. They didn't have a 150 emoji. Where are we in the bitcoins, by the way? It's still just like right where it was, huh? They've probably been trying to bring it down a little bit today, yeah. Now Bitcoin's being awfully bizarre too. But that one I don't have to necessarily predict what happens because I'm out. I don't have to worry about it. That's good. See, now this stuff, this Repco guy, I don't know if you're watching or not, Repco. Hope you are, because I really like you. Because immediately comes in and he says exactly when he's getting in a trade. He explains everything about why he's doing it and how he's going to play it. There's absolutely nothing vague about what he's doing. He is like putting a true trade on the line. Well, there's your 220. So we need to do something to figure out how to get me off tilt here, guys. Because I'll come in and I felt good, and I thought that I made appropriate trades and that I was making progress there. Even though I missed the exit on the winner, I knew where I made the mistake and I kind of saw where it should have been. But then on this sell, my reading has not been correct. So I tried buying it 2 or 3 times up there, and it's really come down. And it was definitely selling, and that was not a trade. That was a good trade. And I just feel like I'm not in my right mind at that point, you know? And of course, a lot of it is that it just doesn't seem to be in line with what would normally happen. This is why I think it's important to understand the context, because, you know, whatever reason that they're selling it, I think that if we knew what that was before all of this started, it probably would have helped us a lot. Would have helped us to say that, you know, they're not going to get above these prices and, you know, all this and that. And I don't know. Okay, so Repco took it from the 14s. It's somehow slow. Yeah, seriously. The commissions are pretty expensive, especially when you start playing spreads. But look, you got +4. That's a good point. Hmm. Not too helpful, is it? Because that's basically what I do. So I'm just going, well, it kind of seems like it stopped moving here. Maybe we should take a profit. Oh, I can't get filled here. Maybe I should bring it down one. It's just... Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, it's time for me to go now, guys. So, thanks for watching and keeping me company and listening to me go crazy. It's been a hard week, guys. That's okay. We're not going to give up. And next week is another week, and we can work real hard next week. So, catch you then. Later.